Guys, feast your eyes on the class of 1980 Yamaha YZ250 Monoshock. Bob the Hurricane Hanna dominated the AMA Supercross and Motocross circuit. By the time this bike had come out, he had already won 5 AMA national championships, securing his record in the books as one of the greatest all-around riders from the 70s and 80s. Spectacular machine. This one has just been completely restored, frame up. A low-hour original.
Congratulations, man!
Thanks, Kaplan.
There we go, another happy customer.
Spectacular KDX 200. See that
thing? Guys, I've ridden more 80s 250s than any other man alive in America today. Definitely, beyond a shadow of a doubt. Certainly in the last 10 years, that's for sure. And I believe I'm qualified to tell you this thing is in certified rocket ship. The power band on it, super linear from down low all the way up, pulls super hard from off idle right to red line. Shifts beautifully, clutches beautifully. You got 12.2 inches of Kayaba monocross suspension, 12 inches in the front. It feels balanced, super plush saddle. This is a spectacular vintage race weapon. This one may be too nice to race, but it is certainly ready to roll to the line if that's what you want to do. Absolutely spectacular piece. Starting with a low hour original, it was taken right down to the frame and completely redone. Michelin tires, just a beautiful piece. It's been upgraded with the Michelin tires and the gold chain. Let me get it mounted on the stand here. Before I do, take a look at the frame rails on these guys. Complete virgin frame rails. There's not a single ding anywhere in these on both sides. They're absolutely pristine. Those are the original wheel sets. They're nice and straight, original swing arm. It does have a DG pipe on it with the stock silencer. So it's been upgraded. That's probably one of the reasons it hits so hard. The engine was taken apart and the piston and rings and everything were in perfect condition. So it was just put back together, decarbonized, polished the ports a little bit, and decarbonized, cleaned up, put back together, new base gasket, new head gasket. The carb was rebuilt with new fuel lines, new carb drain lines, new air filter. The DG pipe was sandblasted and painted. The original silencer was redone, and the bike was put back together. The frame was repainted. The original kickstand is intact. The original pegs are perfectly straight. Shifter is really nice. The engine covers, the case covers. The original chain guide is still intact. Quite often those are gone and the cases are chewed up. Not on this one. The cases are mint, the frame's mint. The original wheel set with original DID wheel set on here is in excellent condition. Manufactured 8 of 1979, has a DOT tag on there. Michelin tires, tubes, rim strips, new sprocket, 48.2 sprocket, new chain. The sprocket was repainted. Excuse me, not the sprocket. It's a new sprocket. The swing arm was repainted, the original metallic silver, new chain slider, new chain guide, all new hardware, brand new seat cover, new rear fender, new side number plates, complete new Bob Hanna replica graphics kit with the Hanna signature Hanna lightning bolt, new bars, brand new lever kit, outlaw levers, aluminum levers with new brake cable, new throttle cable, new clutch cable, new handlebars, new kill switch. Everything from here up is new. The steering stem bearings are nice and tight. The forks work great. You can see the fork lowers were stripped and polished. The original factory finish. The fork boots are new. A new Michelin front tire. new brake pads. The fuel tank is brand new. The front fender is, I just paid for that tank. I think it was $300 and something from Clark. Brand new front number plate, the Yamaha style numbers, original look on the livery, new grips, new front fender. Everything's been done on it. It's absolutely ready to take to the track and or roll it into your own private museum. Guys, it also comes with the original brochure. You can see the bike is exactly the way it rolled out of the showroom, except for the upgrades of the Michelin tires and a couple other doodads. But this is what it looked like coming out of the box. And I'll tell you a little bit about the history, the Bob Hanna history now. The 250, this is Yamaha's legendary two-stroke motocross machine. This 1980 model represented an important evolutionary step in the line that began all the way back in 1974, blending lightweight chassis design with a powerful two-stroke engine. It was the kind of bike Bob Hanna was associated with in the late 70s, early 80s when he dominated U.S. motocross. Two-stroke, air-cooled, single-cylinder, 246cc, reed valve inducted, 36mm Mikuni round slide carburetor, rated for 34 to 36 horsepower at 8,000 RPM. It's got all of that for sure. I can tell you just by the effortless wheelies. Super lightweight, 213 pounds, 5-speed transmission, steel double cradle with aluminum swing arm, Kayaba 38mm telescopic forks with 11.8 inches of travel, and a full 12 inches out back with the Yamaha monocross single shock design. One of Yamaha's big innovations they came out with in 1975, and by 1980 it was very refined. Drum front and rear brakes, so this is eligible for the drum brake class for armor racing. 21-inch front, 18-inch rear. The monocross suspension system was a big advantage, and it gave him a handling edge over the competitors back then that were still running twin shocks. Bob Hanna, born 1956, is one of the most dominant and charismatic motocross racers in American history. He was nicknamed the Hurricane for his aggressive, all-out riding style that blew the competition away. In his 1976 rookie year, he won the AMA 125cc National Championship on a Yamaha YZ125. In 77, he won both the AMA 125 and AMA Supercross titles on Yamaha. In 1970, he dominated. He won the Supercross Championship and the AMA 250cc Motocross Championship on his Yamaha YZ250, a bike just like this. And in 79, he repeated, winning again in Supercross and outdoors. The 1980 season, the YZ250 was his factory ride prior to him having a water skiing accident while practicing for a water skiing event, which he probably shouldn't have done. But so Hanna broke his leg badly, shattered the leg in multiple places. I forget who was driving the boat. Maybe one of you guys can comment, because it was another motocross racer. One of his competitors was driving the boat and put him into a dock, not intentionally, I don't think, but pretty much screwed him up pretty badly, shattered the leg in multiple places, sidelined him for the entire 1980 and 81 seasons in terms of serious title contention. He did ride a bit in 81, but he was never back to his true form. In fact, that race with Hanna in 1988 at Southwick, it was the end of his career. In a qualifier, I was running, I think, 12th or 13th. And about 4 or 5 laps in, he got a shitty start. He passed me, and I ended up finishing, I think, 17th. It's in the qualifier, the Southwick qualifier. Unfortunately, didn't make it to the main, but Bob did. Supercross dominance from 1977 to 79. Hanna won 27 of 31 AMA Supercross races, an insane win percentage that cemented his legacy. I don't know if anybody's ever beat that. Maybe Jet Lawrence is getting close. Maybe Ricky Carmichael. I don't know, but that's an insane win percentage. Overall AMA wins, Hanna retired with 70 AMA national wins, a record that stood all the way until for a decade, until 1990, the 90s, when Jeremy McGrath surpassed it. He won the AMA 125 motocross in 76, the AMA Supercross in 77, 78, and 79, and the outdoor 250 motocross in 78 and 79. So by the time the YZ250 was in play, Hanna was already a 5-time AMA champion and the sport's biggest star. He was a huge character. He was heavily favored to win again in 1980, but his water ski accident in August shattered his leg and derailed his career momentum. He spent nearly 2 years recovering. When he came back, he was never quite the same dominant force, though still a contender. His injury left the door open for rivals like Kent Howardin from Suzuki, and later Brock Glover, also Yamaha, and Rick Johnson to rise to the top. Though Hannah never got to fully showcase the 1980 bike in a complete season, the machine itself was strong, reliable, torquey motor with a broad power band, light flickable chassis with the famous monocross rear end. This is considered one of the best balanced 252-stroke bikes of its time. And collectors today prize the 1980 YZ250 as part of the golden era of air-cooled drum bike motocrossers, especially in Works replica Hannah trim. So we've sold more classic motocross bikes than any other company on the planet in the last 10 years. And I can tell you, I'll have to look in our archives, our video archives, but there may have been one or two of these. These are just super, super rare to find. They were very reliable machines. So a lot of guys ran these 81, 82, 83, 84, bulletproof, and later would use them as woods bikes or practice bikes. So most of them, nobody thought they'd be collector's items 45 years later. But I mean, it's the 26s. In 4 years, this bike will be 50 years old. So to find another one this nice, well, odds are you can look online. You're not going to find a new one for sale anywhere. And most of the times they trade hands with friends or family members. But as far as building one, buying a barn find and doing it, first you'd have to find one with a super pristine frame, original wheels, or all original cycle parts like this, which are few and far between, or chase down parts. And as far as the labor, there's over 50 hours of shop labor into this bike and over $2,200 in parts. So our current shop rate at $150 an hour, it'd be at $150 an hour. It's $7,500 plus the parts is a $9,700 work order to do a frame up restoration and all new plastics, graphics, seat cover, tires, chains and sprockets. Everything's been done on the bike and it doesn't need anything. It's ready to roll into the winner's circle on display in the museum here, or bring it to the line at an RMI National and pull a big fat holy. So if you have any questions about it, give us a call, do some research, and find out exactly why Yamaha and Hannah were so feared by the Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki teams. They were a dominant force in motocross until his accident. But really cool piece of moto history. When this bike came out, I was 15 years old. I had an RM100. So for me, this was like I had a twin shock RM100. So this was like a works bike compared to what I was riding. And man, I would have given anything to own one of these at that age, but it is what it is. Beautiful piece. Kaplan America approved. This one's a winner. Thanks for watching, and God bless America.